Hey guys, how's it going? Welcome back to the channel and welcome back to Happy the Mage on Thunderstrike EU on the WoW Anniversary servers. We are in Stranglethorn Vale. We have travelled a little bit, we've handed some quests in, and we are currently doing Skull Splitter Tusks, which is a quest where we have to collect Skull Splitter Tusks. Who would have thought? I believe it's for someone in Booty Bay. Let's see what it says. It's expensive and hard to kill enough tigers to support the export of tiger fangs to the island in the South Seas. Luckily, we've developed a technique that allows us to take mundane horn-like objects and turn them into undetectable forgeries. The closest match we found, amazingly, are the tusks of Skull Splitter trolls. Before you say anything, what the buyer doesn't know doesn't hurt them. Am I right? Okay, yeah. Okay, so basically, yeah, collect tusks. Now, I tried to do this last night, but this was so farmed out I couldn't do anything. So, yeah, hence logging out. I've literally just logged in and I was here, and it looks like it's kind of quiet at the moment, which is good. We need 18 of these things. I've already just seen another player there. And from what I remember, the drop rate on this is rubbish. So I think I have talked about it plenty of times. This is what I often call a hidden grind, where it's like, I think the XP is good and you need to kill a lot, but it's giving you that dopamine of needing to collect something. So even though it's a collect and it is a quest, really what you're doing is you're just grinding on a load of rolls, and every so often you're getting a tusk. So yeah, we might be here for a long while. Happy Friday, everybody. Had a busy day today with work, but also my parents came around and helped with some house stuff. We got a new bed for Christmas, and the other bed we had dismantled, but we hadn't moved until yesterday or the day before, when Kirsty's mum, aunt, and uncle came round with a van and helped me take it all apart and take it down. But before that, literally, I'd taken it apart but left it in the bedroom, waiting for collection. We haven't got a car big enough to get rid of it, but they do. So we'd had a few weeks where the bedroom felt very cluttered and stuff. That's going to happen. But yeah, they helped. And then my mum and dad came round today, because our old bed was one of those beds that had a TV like in it, and you press the button and it would come up. But there were issues with the bed, and we got a new one, and we weren't really bothered about the TV thing, but we still like having a TV in the bedroom. So, long story short, I bought a wall bracket, and my dad is a very handy man. Something I'm sure he wishes he would have passed down onto me. So he gave me a hand with that, and yeah, because the bedroom was in this sort of a bit of a state of disarray, because like the old bed was in there, and my bedside table was being used as a TV mount, we could watch TV, and so everything was not where it should be. So they helped with that, and it was very kind of them, very nice of them. So now the bedroom is looking lovely, if I don't say myself. I'm gonna have to be careful here, or this panther kill me. Yep, that crit. I should really think about doing first aid. Ooh. 6 stamp, 5 in... No. I like having the intellect, I'll be honest. Then again, I mean, we haven't got much health, have we? No, I'll keep the intellect for now. Nice deep mana pool. So yeah, I hope you're all okay. It's Friday. What are we doing? I think. Oh, D&D is tonight. I hope. Kirsty is going to be in a little bit later. She is going to see her grandmother, and I think is bringing her back to Mum's house because on Sunday we're all gathering for a meal for a family meal for Kirsty's birthday, and my parents are coming as well, and that should be lovely. Oh, sugar. Yeah, D&D tonight. I've got the first session all sorted of the new campaign. I'm going to endeavour to do a session recap and start putting it on the channel because I really enjoyed it. Doing that, and I know some people did have an interest. Uh-oh. 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 Okay, we're gonna... Please don't find a sight me. Thank you. Oh god. We're getting out of here. Ooh. Okay, are we okay? Ooh. Okay, we're good. I think I managed to get the witch doctor down. Yep, I can see the sparklies there. But these guys are... Are you going... Oh my god. Let's pull you. There. Instantly broke out of my Cross Nova. Do I have Cold Snap? Have I still not... Still haven't got... I need to get that. I can now see why that would be important. I mean, I know we've done well without it so far, but... Yeah, we need to get that. Thank you for all the continued support on the channel. We've just broken 3,000 hours viewed, which is just crazy to think about. And I really appreciate it. Obviously, you know, for any of you who are maybe fellow YouTubers, you'll know that the first sort of step towards, like, I don't know, monetization or whatever you want to call it, is you need 3,000 views. Sorry, 3,000 hours viewed worth of content and 500 subscribers, I think. So, you know, that is something that we might be able to achieve this year, which would be just be incredible. Like, it's nothing like there won't be ads on the channel. I believe that's much further on. But stuff like knew that would happen. Right, you die very quickly. I think channel memberships, so, you know, a bit like you can subscribe to be a member to support the channel, and you can then give incentives for that. I'm not exactly sure what I would do. Maybe like, you know, members only videos and maybe like early releases on stuff. I don't know. It's something to think about, but Obviously, I'm not expecting all my viewers to be members, of course not. But I guess we'll just see what happens. Be a good year for the channel. I really hope it is. Community's been great. Guild's going great. I'll be honest. While I've been working today, I've been thinking about a topic that I wanted to talk about. I wasn't sure whether I was going to, but I think I'm going to. So here we go. I wanted to talk about humility and responsibility and not sure how else to put it, like not being so wrapped up in yourself that you can't default and you can't even like have like have someone like me, you know, be the fool, you know. Can't play the fool because if you play the fool then you're stupid and blah 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 blah. The reason I wanted to talk about it, and I'm not going to talk about specific names and things like that because I don't think it adds anything to them. If any of you have been following the Fangs guild, which is a content guild, streamer guild on the hardcore US server, all the biggest WoW streamers you can think of, even small streamers, you know, it's been a great opportunity for smaller streamers and medium-sized streamers to really like grow their audiences and work with others. And I get that how cool that is. I believe you can, if you went back and watched my old videos, I have talked about my concerns about OnlyFans as a guild, because I believe it legitimizes toxicity within the community. Now, I know that sounds a bit highbrow. What I really mean by that is people to make content for on the streams will act more dickish, you know, to put it bluntly. People and streamer audiences then see that and then believe that it's, you know, oh, we can behave like that. Look, that's how they're behaving to each other. Seen that happen in other little groups of content creators in the past, where they have a certain, because they're friends and they've known each other for a long time, because they talk about each other that way, then audiences think then that's okay, and a lot of the time it isn't, because they don't understand the nuances of it, and they end up just saying something horrible to them. That's a bit of a side, but the main thing I wanted to talk about was, yeah, humility and admitting to mistakes and oh gosh. And the reason so basically what happened, if any of you have played hardcore WoW, you know that the stakes are higher because if you die, you lose your character, and that feels no more. That's probably at its most scary when you're level 60 and you've done the whole journey, and then you'd have to start all over again. You've invested all that time in that character, so that's already going to put your mind frame in a certain way. You're going to be very protective of your character. Then you've put that character in a dungeon. You are no longer the only responsible person for that character. You've now got four other people who are in some ways responsible for your character. Doesn't matter what role you are, it doesn't matter. You know, at the end of the day, if the DPS don't do their job, there's going to be a wipe. If the tank doesn't do their job properly, there'll be a wipe. If the healer doesn't do a job, there'll be a wipe. That's just the way it goes. There was a group streaming, and there was some big streamers, I think there was some medium-sized streamers, and they were doing Dire Maul, which is I did not mean to do that, which is an endgame dungeon. Can be difficult, you know. it's made for endgame players, so it's gonna, you know, things are gonna hit harder and stuff like that. So they pull, and I believe they pull a boss and an extra pack, and the group, you know, panic sets in, obviously, because, like I said, everyone's worried about their character. But there's a call to run. Now, whether you see that as every man for himself, run away, whether that's, yeah, you think that means run away every man for themselves, or let's get out of here together and let's work our way out. You know, you could view it as either way. I'm sure if you're aware of OnlyFans and the sort of God, we've been spawned on. Thank God this isn't Sorry, I've just got a question from one of our guildies. That's something else. Later, but let's get this out the way. Sorry. Right, sorry about that. Just some guild stuff. So people play the game different, you know, but what happens in this scenario is that I think two people died, and a lot of the group were kind of moving, retreating sort of together, and one person, who was a mage, basically did this, like, blinked out the way, was like, I can't do anything to help you, and stuff like that. There's been constant discussions since this happened, whether, you know, he roached out, as they say, or, you know, he did the right thing. To be honest, I think it's a minor part of what discussion that's come up from this. What has happened is this guy has refused at any point to take any responsibility for possibly even slightly being at fault. Even the idea of him being at fault is just, it's not even entering his mind. Now, this is a streamer that I once had a lot of respect for and followed. Because I thought, because I'm not into big, like, character streamers, if you can, you know, like, whoa, you know, I can't believe this just happened. You know, I like just, you know, as you can probably guess by the content that I do, I like people who are chilled out and playing games and chatting and, yeah, all that stuff. And it not scared me, that's wrong. It worried me, because clips started coming out about this fella who had done similar things in the past, made mistakes in games and then completely refused to take any responsibility and stuff like that. And then all of this other stuff has come out, and now people are framing his behavior in the context of what's happened. And it comes down to he's one of these I am very smart kind of people. Now, I'm a tiny little YouTube channel, so matter what does my opinion matter? But it made me think, like, I wonder what caused that. Has that always been like that? Is it the content creation? Is it the size of the audience that you have on you and the pressure of that? And it made me sort of just think about, wow, I hope I never get to that kind of point where I'm I don't know, so dismissive of my own community that are pointing out things about me. Now, obviously, there's a difference between being threatened and being caught. And I don't doubt that he's probably got some awful, horrible messages. And he has said that there's been death threats. We have to take that at face value, don't we? But there will be people who have probably just said, "Hey, you could have helped that group, and what you did, or your lack of actions, caused some deaths." And I think, you think, if he had just gone, you know what, fair enough, I did fuck up, I panicked, I love this character, blah blah blah, and I just worried it, and I'm really sorry. And I think it probably would have passed on, and the people were calling him a roach. And he probably, you could have, like, maybe took that on the chin and been like, oh yeah, that's... But to go quadruple, sextuple down, to be just like, this is not my fault, I am a smart gamer, I worked at Blizzard for 7 years, which he always brings up for some reason. How did he think that was gonna pan out? And I guess what I was just thinking about is, like, humility is so important, isn't it? And being able to admit faults like that. I've seen it in WoW and in a lot of geek things, actually. And I've talked to my friend about why that is. I'm not going to talk about it here, because I don't think... I wouldn't want to upset people, I don't want to upset people, but I do feel like there's a lot of fragile egos in some of these gaming spaces, and that's why I enjoy people who can just sort of take it easy and be like, oh yeah, if I'm bad at a game, well, what's it matter? It's a game. And I think that's why I've tried to build a community here of people who are chilled and relaxed and stuff like that. But I just want to say, if I ever... If it ever happens that I grow a massive ego, please point me back to this video, and please call me out. Obviously, don't just call me a C word, for no reason. But if I start getting, ideas a bit too big for me head, then please tell me. And if I start doubling down and being a prat about it, then please let me know. Because it's important to be good to people. It's important to have humility. It can be funny to admit your faults at times. You can turn that into a positive. Not all criticisms are attacks. Sometimes they're just criticisms. And be good to people. That's all I wanted to say about that, really. Because I've just been sort of reflecting on it recently. It's just kind of... just because of how mad of a situation it is. Still not dead, my god. Please die. The last thing I guess I want to talk about is... yesterday, me and the officers had a guild meeting, an officer meeting. I would say that the officer team has changed a little bit. Hold on. So it's now Gaia, Muffin, Fen, Bug. I'll be honest, Mito, that is Mito, you know, it's a bit of a you know, she's my wife, so I've given her that role kind of thing. She's not really a yeah. So yeah, we had a meeting and we've sourced out all like guild rules and stuff like that, and it was good to. It's the first time I've chatted to a lot of them. Spoke to Gaia before because we're friends from a different server as well. But overall, it was really good. I'll be honest, if this officer team weren't here, this guild literally would have just been a leveling guild, and I wouldn't have, you know, I would have managed it more than, you know, it's a bit of a community. Be nice to each other. If you want to leave because you want to go raid and go for it, but we've got people who, in the leadership team who are interested in doing that stuff. So that I said, well, go for it, you know. So I'm leaving that to them. I've kind of settled into like a social management role, I suppose, you know, recruiting low-level people, any grievances, because, you know, sadly drama is going to happen. When there's a group of people around, drama just happens. So every guild that I've been in has had drama. It's just how you deal with it. So if you're interested in some social raiding, you know, our rules are very simple. You know, we're not, no, like, you have to come fully well buffed, you have to play this spec, blah, 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 blah. You can play what you like. You can raid when you like. It's not, but if you sign up, you know, obviously we'd expect you to come, because we can't just have a load of people go, no, now, you know, I'm flaking, sorry. Obviously that can happen sometimes, but we have to put some stringent rules in just so we can actually raid. I'm not a big raider, okay? That's true. That's the truth about it. I like leveling. I like making content in WoW. I like endgame dungeons. I like doing dungeons. So I'm not, as you may get, you know, it's a bit of a joke in the guild that I'm taking ages to level. Partly it is because I've got a second character going, you know, the paladin, with my wife, but also doing content creation as well around it. You know, I'm not following like a guide or anything. I'm kind of just doing as like what I like and what I think would make a nice video and stuff. And yeah, so if you're interested, come on to Thunderstrike, give us a whisper. You can whisper anyone, but obviously, if you're Happy, Mito, Tugrock, Midi, that is my alt. Benelise, Muffin, Gaia, they will, even the veterans can fight you as well. And yeah, if you're interested in raiding, then join the Discord, and then there's all the stuff on the Discord, you know, the actual. Gosh, this is taking a while, isn't it? We have been doing this quest for nearly half an hour. What are we on? 10 out of 18. That's not bad, and yeah, we're getting some good XP. We've had a nice chat as well. Don't know whether we'll finish it in time. We'll just keep going for a little bit. Get those fetishes. Hope you're enjoying the Skyrim playthrough. It's still early days with it, but the feedback on it has been lovely. A lot of people seem to be excited for it. I'm excited for it. It's going to be the big, overarching playthrough on the channel for quite some time, I imagine. I've got no time frame on it. So I'm not in a rush or anything like that. So I hope you guys enjoy that. Really enjoying the character that we've built. Yeah, and if you haven't seen it, go and take a look. I think it's good. It's different than this. You know, I'm not chatting about real world stuff or things like that, but it's all like quite in-game. But it's still quite chill. It's still my kind of style of commentary, I suppose, quite relaxed. Right, okay. What are we on? We're on, yeah, 31 minutes. We'll do a few more. And then, yeah, we'll leave it there for today. This should be coming out the day it goes up. Does that make sense? No, of course, that's ridiculous. No, the day of recording, I should say. That miss him, for God's sake. Go on. Die. Thank you. Right, it suddenly just got busy, and the trolls that I was going to kill are starting to get farmed a little bit, so why don't we kill this hunter? We'll leave it there, I think, and I'll keep doing this in my spare time. I'm not sure if there's going to be a lot of content over the weekends, just because obviously we're doing Kirsty's family birthday meal and stuff. Maybe tomorrow, we'll see. I might get something else. But probably not Sunday. But who knows with my schedule? Sometimes I surprise you with a video, sometimes I surprise you with no videos. Do love those. Right, yeah, I think we'll give that a find a little nook. Oh, let's go here. Guys and girls, thank you so much for watching this episode of Happy the Gnome. Thank you so much for all the support. Love you guys lots. Check out the Skyrim videos if you want something a bit different. Love you loads, and bye for now.